Okay, Gabriel, let's go ahead and take a look at your week one workbook exercises. So thank you for including the image of your viewfinders. A lot of students forget that part. So really nice job here on your self-portrait. There's a really good sense of symmetry here from one side to another. Good sense of, shape, which is, I think, going to be prove helpful to you in this class. So one thing we want to start looking at, and something we'll read about in the week two reading if you haven't done that already, is that when we're kids, we tend to learn how to draw things in the sense of symbols. A symbol for eyes, a symbol for a nose, a symbol for a mouth, and we tend to kind of carry that with us as we become adults. And so what I want you to start doing is really start thinking of perceiving the difference between shapes, because we tend to get a little out of proportion and a little too, square perhaps in the shape of the head. Our heads are actually a lot more round, aren't they, than that. So it starts to become a little bit cartoon-like, and that's okay, because that's something that can be stylized and that you can find as kind of your voice as an artist. But we also want to try and learn those techniques of perceiving, where we can, give things a little more of a quality of realism. And so that's what we're going to be learning how to do. And start thinking of proportions, the size of the mouth to the nose to the eyes to the ears, all of these types of things we're going to be looking at. And we're going to be learning some really cool tools for all of that. But I like what I'm seeing here. Same with the hand. It tends to be kind of almost more symbolic of a hand. Start thinking of how these, individual pieces all connect and relate to each other, but how they're all distinct too. So all the little parts of the, the knuckles of each finger. Think of proportions from the wrist to the top of the palm, top of the palm to the top of the finger. All of these types of things. And then I want you to start experimenting a lot with light and shadow. So that's something that we're really missing here, but that's okay. That's kind of what I expect during week one. Is kind of softening up. You're trying to get the idea of knuckles and these lines. They're kind of a little harsher in this drawing than they are in reality, aren't they? And that's just about learning different skills for doing that. So start thinking of these slight variations of light and shadow and how we can, use softer lead weights, for example, to kind of give us those tonal shifts from light to dark. Start off on the light end and move to the dark end. And we're going to learn how to do that as we go. So nice job here, actually. We're a little bit kind of, this line here would come down a lot more if this is supposed to be a corner of a room. But I like what I'm seeing. I love that you really went for it with the detail and drawing everything in. Some students just draw an actual corner of a room and nothing else. So I applaud you for going that extra mile. And I think that if you kind of went for it with all the detail here, you're really going to enjoy the linear perspective drawings that we do later on in the course. And here, nicely done. This is kind of just a fun exercise looking at different types of line styles and qualities. And I like that you kind of picked a shape and stuck with it, to kind of really show what the difference is between those. So nice work. I'm excited about what I'm seeing, and I think that you're going to be really excited about where you go in the next 8 weeks.